Great. All right. So thank you. Thanks for the introduction. I also want to thank Graciela Valdez. She was just in here. Everybody knows her now, for the introduction to Dr. Jessica Vera that then invited me to be here today. I'm really honored and grateful to be amongst all of these really empowering, amazing people. This is just great. So first off, I am an artist. I am not a speaker. Technology and me do not get along. Actually, being here today, speaking really puts me out of my comfort zone. And I almost didn't do it, but then I realized that the times in my life where I was the most faced with the most uncomfortable feelings of being out of my comfort zone is when I faced I faced my fear and found the courage to step outside of it. Who else can relate to that feeling? Yeah. So I'd like to share a little bit about myself. My name is Melissa Vlahos. I'm a painter, photographer, and dancer. I specialize in healing arts and therapeutic dance guidance. I call my art emotionalism. I'm interested in the wide range and capabilities of emotions and how they play a role in our physiology. I find that one of the beautiful things in life is that we can create art as an expression of who we are and how we feel, and that those powerful messages can be realized for ourselves and sent into society through art. I believe that art is healing. As you will see today, Unleashed represents the fusion and embodiment of expressive and healing arts to guide us on the feminine journey towards our purpose and higher selves. So I'm here today to share with you my story of why I started a 4-year journey photographing participants in the nude, covered with self-applied body paint to bring awareness to body positivity and self-love. So looking at me, someone might say, how could you have insecurities about yourself and lack of self-love? I'm blessed with a thin frame. I have nice features. I grew up with 2 loving parents and 2 sisters. I graduated from the local university and was teaching art at the local high school. From the outside, my life looked pretty normal, looked happy. On the inside, I cursed my body and became disoriented from it and disconnected. I was unaware of my emotions and desperately needed an outlet to express myself in lieu of numbing myself by drinking away my unhappiness. And that's where my story begins. I grew up in a small town in Ohio with very little art or culture, but my mom was naturally crafty, and she always had something for us to do or make, dance lessons to attend, which I always loved. I always knew I wanted to do something in the arts, and realizing that expressing myself with my body through dance and painting was my route of self-expression. I also had a desire to teach art because I believe that so much about ourselves can be learned through art. I began teaching high school art and felt very proud to see my students cultivating and expressing themselves artistically with my guidance. In 2008, I had a health scare, and it really got me to open up my eyes and begin to appreciate myself and my body a bit more. But it wasn't until I met my husband in 2009 that I began to make real healthy changes to my lifestyle and overall well-being. Only 6 months after meeting, we got married, and I left my whole upbringing and moved to Athens, Greece. Yay. It was a whirlwind. During those 6 years there, I had the opportunity to explore and cultivate myself as an artist, to heal my unhealthy associations with alcohol, and to delve into finding my femininity, my confidence, and my self-expression. You see, one of the biggest reasons that I loathed my body was because every month I dealt with debilitating pain caused by endometriosis. Endometriosis is a disease affecting 1 out of 10 women where the uterine tissue grows outside of the uterus, shedding just like menstruation into the body, causing painful lesions and scar tissue on organs. I struggled in silence for years, and I'm now an advocate for awareness for endometriosis because periods are not shameful and not taboo to talk about. I'm not here to talk to you about endometriosis though, but if you want to find out more information, go to endofound.org or even talk to me after if you have questions. So this monthly pain in my body caused me to disconnect from it and my femininity. I, like many other women, bought into what I saw in the magazines and on TV. You know the ones. The perfect models with the best clothes, the best hair, makeup. And when I felt like I didn't fit into those constructs, I rebelled for attention. I wanted to be unique and different, and when that didn't give me satisfaction, and I still wanted to be what society wanted me to be, what I thought they wanted me to be. How to look, how to act, how to feel, how to dress, all of that was dictated by what I saw. I was confused. I was lost. I began asking myself, what does it mean to be a woman? How do I be a woman? What does it mean to be female, to be feminine? How do I love my body? How do I love myself? Anyone been there before? Yeah. Thankfully, my time in Greece began to shed some light on those questions that were plaguing me. My first spark of inspiration for Unleashed happened while in Greece. Although everything about the country was astounding, it was the water that I was most drawn to and inspired by artistically because of its ability to reflect emotions. As I began discovering myself, I began to feel a strong connection to water because of its feminine quality. I grew interested in how our thoughts, feelings, and emotions play a critical role in our physical well-being, considering that our bodies are 80% water. I dove into exploring that connected relationship in a series of photographs titled See in Yourself. By studying and examining water during See in Yourself, I learned by quieting my mind through meditation how to connect to my own feelings and emotions. This was like a breakthrough for me. Although I came to these realizations about connecting to my femininity and my spiritual self, I still had issues connecting and concerned with my physical body. So one day, for the first time, my husband and I went to a nude beach. Anyone been to a nude beach?
Terrifyingly, yes.
Talk about getting out of your comfort zone, right? A flood of apprehension and shame arose when I got undressed. I had a decision in that moment that really changed my life. I could leave my clothes on out of fear and embarrassment, or face the fear of being completely vulnerable without any clothes on. It was symbolic of my life because clothes became my masks. But being nude, I couldn't hide, and I was faced with the real me. Also, I had built a resentment and aversion towards my body because of the endometriosis. It had wreaked havoc on my physical body and my emotional mental state. Those nudists, though, on that beach that day taught me so much by just observing them. They were comfortable in their own skin. They looked people in the eye when they spoke without judgment, and they had no shame surrounding their bodies because their nudity wasn't sexualized. The feeling was amazing. It was total freedom and empowerment. And that was what my body wanted. And that's what I was looking for. And I desperately wanted it. I had a lot of growth from that experience on the nude beach because being nude literally stripped me from any of the masks so I could connect to my body and learn to love it and myself. I spent the next 5 years deconstructing my self-inflicted negative beliefs. It was a struggle to adopt this new thought process and self-image, but I was determined to become the woman I was meant to be. I immersed myself in positive learning and self-love. I attended self-development courses, listened to motivational speakers, participated in workshops, read multiple books, partook in red tent circles, and I even stretched my comfort level further by hosting and guiding my own women's groups and dance healing classes. I realized that the key to a healthy life was to love myself, to really love myself, my inner self and my outer self. Once I came to this realization, I strongly desired to inspire and empower other women to change the paradigm for themselves, and the Unleashed Project was conceived. I knew Unleashed would be the answer for the women out there who were dealing with body shame, societal expectations, and lacking love for themselves and their bodies. I set a goal to empower 108 women by unleashing them in a unique photo session experience at no cost to them. I then set out to find women of all ages, sizes, shapes, and colors with diverse backgrounds and lifestyles. Along the way, there were countless rejections and moments of discouragement. I would realign with my passion to do this, and the next woman would appear, and then the next, and then the next. And it was mostly all by word of mouth. Each woman was individually interviewed and selected to start on their Unleashed venture. I created a welcoming, safe space in my studio here in Fort Lauderdale and led each woman on a journey into herself. Through my guided meditation of mental imagery, body sensations, personal color theory, and emotional flooding, she was able to foster a newfound love for herself. Cast in a new light, her body became a canvas of her own emotions as she thoughtfully applied the paint as a tool of self-expression. The energy contrived was documented through my lens via artistic photos and testimonial video of her individualized journey. Through this experience, she reclaimed her self-love, created a new relationship with her inner voice, and established a new paradigm that ripples out into her life and into the world. I feel really blessed to have been on this journey of self-love with so many women. Almost 4 years and 2 countries later, on January 8th, 2018, my journey came full circle when I completed the project by being the 108th participant. It's not my picture. As a result, a circle of healing for myself and the other 107 women was created, connecting us all together as one woman with one big message of self-love and body positivity, each on our own path. My plan of action is to exhibit 108 photos, testimonials, and documentary from the Unleashed Project in as many major cities across the country to bring empowerment to all who view them. Exhibiting will bring a positive light of awareness to the cultural issues of self-love, acceptance, and body positivity. While the exhibition is visiting that city, I will continue the Unleashed Project and photography session experience with select women who reside there. This continuation of unleashing and empowerment creates an uplifting connection of oneness with each other while celebrating our own unique beauty. I'm currently seeking an opportunity for a venue and sponsorship to kick off the Unleashed Project Tour in a public forum in South Florida. My intent is also to create and publish a comprehensive book of unleashed photographs with collected interviews, testimonials, and individual stories. My vision is for the beneficial impact of the Unleashed Project to ripple out into the world through the relationship with ourselves and with each other, because when we come from a place of love and acceptance, then we can truly be unleashed. Tonight, there will be an exhibition, and you all are invited. This little paper here is your invitation. I've chosen a select amount of the photographs from the Unleashed project that will be exhibited at Village Design in Fort Lauderdale, and the opening reception is tonight. The show will be up for the whole month. But besides that, I wish that all of you are able to attend if you can, or make it at some point. But because I know how important it is to be connected with our bodies and with ourselves and our emotions and our feelings, I want to give you 3 simple steps right now that I'm going to guide you through. So, and it's only going to take a few minutes. I'm not even sure how we are on time. 2:38. Okay, perfect. All right, so everyone kind of clear your area, set everything on the floor or the seat beside you. Yeah, you don't need that. And let's place our feet on the ground, uncrossing the legs. Everyone, let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose, out the mouth. Let out a sigh if you need to. Let's do that one more time. In through the nose. Last one, nice and big. Fill up the lungs, the abdomen a little bit more. Let it out. Beautiful. So if your eyes aren't already closed, gently closing them now. And these are 3 simple tips that you could use at any time throughout your day. When you're in the car, when you're in the grocery store line, when you've just woken up. Any way to connect with yourself, your inner self, your true self. And the first one is really simple. They're all very simple. The first one's very simple. And it's connecting with your breath. So you may have noticed that your breath has begun to slow down. As you're breathing in and out, notice the cool sensations on your inhale and the warm sensations on your exhale. And just tune into that, bringing all of your awareness into your breathing, filling up your abdomen with your breath, releasing the air on your exhale. And just noticing your breath, our source of life, and how powerful our own breath is with connecting us to ourselves. And it only takes a few breaths to get you there. Doesn't matter how busy you are, you can take a moment and just tune into your breathing. And now staying gently aware of your breathing. Bring all of your awareness now down into your feet. Feel your feet planted on the ground, on the earth. Notice the support of Mother Earth, being held by her, feeling secure and grounded, knowing the earth is always going to be there. She's always got you. If you're well practiced in meditation or this type of thing, or even if you're not, imagine some roots growing out of the bottom of your feet, sinking them into Mother Earth's fertile soil, rooting down, grounding, into that feeling of security and stableness. And keeping your feet grounded there. Gently bring one hand or both hands to your heart for tip number 3. Bless you. And see if you can notice, see if you can feel your own heart beating. Connect in with the beating of your heart and how that feels. And imagine in the center of your heart a beautiful flower. And begin breathing into your heart, taking deeper breaths. And as you breathe into your heart, the flower begins to open and blossom. As you use your breath to expand your heart, sending out love, and at the same time, accepting and welcoming in love into your heart flower. And you can breathe into it as many times as you'd like to open it up. Until you're at a place where you feel comfortable. And staying there, let's quickly revisit the 3 quick ways to get into your body. Breathing, connecting with your breath, following your inhale and exhale, feeling those sensations. Number 2 is grounding, feeling the stability and security of the earth, rooting your feet down, grounding into the earth. This is also great if you can walk on the beach while doing it, or just on the grass. And then number 3 is connecting with your heartbeat. And if you have time, using your breath to open and expand your heart flower. So let's everyone take a nice deep breath in now. Exhale. And you can gently open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you, everyone.